Welcome back. It is time for Louisiana Legends. We have our good friend Colby, Hébert, Cajun Hatter, Traitor, history buff. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. And today's All Souls Day.
Yeah.
So I figured it would be kind of the perfect time to bring up the legendary Charlene Marie Richard.
Yeah.
Who we call our Cajun Saint, our Little Cajun Saint. She was from Richard, Louisiana. She was born in 1947. And an ordinary little girl, Cajun girl in the prairies of Richard. She attended masses with her family at St. Edward Church there in Richard, and kind of lived a little bit of a farm life.
Yeah.
Like I said, just very ordinary. But for those who aren't familiar with the story, and basically, she was a devout little girl who started to have these apparitions of a kind of a shadowy figure of a woman who she couldn't make out her face. And shortly after, her teacher, I think it was, informed her mother that she was kind of not being herself. And so they kind of went and got her checked out, and ultimately it turned out that she had acute lymphatic leukemia, and a short time to live thereafter. But Charlene, being, like I said, a devoted, little Catholic Cajun girl, she had been reading the work of Saint Thérèse of Lisieux, and was very kind of motivated by her, particularly kind of her little way, of kind of just keeping things simple and kind of loving God and serving others around you in a very simple, ordinary way. And she had asked her grandmother, if I tried to be and live like her, could I be a saint? To which, of course, she probably replied yes, But so the story goes on that while she was in the hospital bed, she kind of befriended the chaplain of the hospital, Father Brennan, who, they kind of had this routine where each day she would offer up her suffering for those in need. And so he would come to her, and she would kind of say, okay, so who are we gonna offer up my suffering for today? Who are we gonna pray for today? So it was just this extreme example of someone at such a young age, and someone who's so pure and innocent, being so willing to accept something tragic that happened to them, and using it for something very honorable.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why. So that's part of why so many people look to her and her story with inspiration.
Yeah, she has a really unique story, and we're going to continue this discussion throughout the rest of this half hour. But you, my friend, you have a look at the weather coming
I
up.
do. After the break, we're going to be talking about some warmer temperatures.
Welcome back. We are continuing our Louisiana Legends series. Colby, Hébert, Cajun Hatter, Traitor, history buff is here, and we are talking about the Little Cajun Saint. You kind of gave us her history.
Right.
And she's in the process of potentially being canonized, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so Charlene, and that's kind of the whole other part of the story that is so significant about her, is the miracles. Not only the ways that people were affected and inspired by her story, but the way that people were quite literally affected, health-wise or otherwise, during the course of those weeks that she was praying and interceding through prayer, but also beyond. And that's the thing that's incredible. 13 days after she entered the hospital, from what I understand, or was diagnosed, is when she passed away. So that was 1959, August 13th, or 11th, sorry. And basically, people have continued to pour in ever since that day to the grave there at St. Edward's in Richard, and pray at her grave, place their hand on her grave or on her picture. People will pray a prayer that has been created for her based on her story. And in all of those experiences, there's just a plethora of data of people who have experienced miraculous healing. So as a result of that, data has been being collected for quite a while now. And there's an organization called Friends of Charlene Richard that was approved by the bishop. And so with this effort, our current bishop in 2020 finally kind of officially opened up the, presenting this case to the Vatican. And so she has been officially declared a servant of God, and that's the first step. And then the step after that would be kind of a local beatification, and then of course, canonization. And from what I understand, the case toward the first step of that, the kind of local work being done, is kind of about wrapping up if it hasn't already. So it probably will be considered over the course of the next few months or a couple of years or so for that step. And then next would be kind of the Vatican itself intervening directly to kind of verify all of this and perhaps create give her the sainthood through canonization to actually make her a saint for the entire church and not just for us.
We have about a minute left. Do you think that it's possible that she will reach sainthood?
I think it absolutely is. It takes work. It takes following certain steps and stages appropriately and time. There are people, cases all throughout the entire world, that are always being presented for the case of sainthood. But Charlene, I'll say that I think we all kind of know, those of us who know her story, has a very strong case. So I think that it's quite possible, and it's maybe likely.
This is very interesting. Colby, we love having you. We love learning from you. We're out of time, but if you guys at home want to rewatch this segment and other Louisiana Legends segments, head to our website, klaf.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this. All right. Thank you, Adam. I just love our Louisiana Legends discussions. I feel like I wish you guys could see behind the scenes, because even off camera, we're still talking about these. And I'm glad that we focused on Charlene today. So Colby, thank you for being here.
Thank you. And today's a great day for us to all kind of remember those souls who have passed.
Yeah, absolutely. And if people at home, they want to follow you, where can they find you?
Yeah, downtown Lafayette at the Cajun Hatter, or you can just kind of Google the Cajun Hatter, Colby Hébert, and find some more resources.
Awesome. Thank you guys at home for joining. We will see you right back here tomorrow.